When I was young, I did not have money. I did not have good teachers. I did not have the best schools. But I had one thing, a crazy dream to learn English. People laughed at me. They said, "Why are you wasting time?" But I knew something they didn't know. English is not just a language. It is a bridge to the world. If you want to learn it very fast, you don't need talent. You don't need a rich family. You don't need to study grammar for 10 years. What you need is courage, passion, and the right way to practice. When I was young, I had no good teachers, no big libraries, no internet, no money to buy expensive books. But I had one dream inside me that was stronger than all the difficulties. I wanted to learn English. Many people around me thought it was useless. They said, "Why waste your time on a foreign language?" But I knew something they didn't know. English is not just a language. It is a bridge to the world. If you want to learn it very fast, you don't need talent, you don't need a rich family, you don't need to study grammar for 10 years. What you need is courage, passion, and the right way to practice. The first thing I discovered was that if you do not love the language, you will never learn it fast. Many students treat English like a monster. They open a grammar book, they see hundreds of rules, and they feel tired. They study only because the teacher says so or because the exam is near. But when you hate something, your brain rejects it. When you love something, your brain absorbs it like a sponge. So the fastest learners are not the ones with the highest IQ. They are the ones who truly enjoy learning. They smile when they read. They get excited when they listen. They feel proud when they understand even one small sentence. If you want speed, stop thinking of English as a subject. Think of it as your best friend. You don't avoid a friend. You don't fear a friend. You spend time with a friend every single day. That is how your relationship with English should be. The second thing I learned is that English is a language, and language means communication. Communication means people. If you study only alone, you will never learn fast. Yes, books are important, grammar is important, vocabulary is important, but they are like bricks. You cannot build a house if you only collect bricks. You need to use them, arrange them, build with them. That is why conversations are the real engine of fast learning. Speak with classmates, speak with teachers, speak online with strangers, even speak with yourself in the mirror. Do not worry if your pronunciation is not perfect. Do not worry if your grammar is broken. A broken English spoken with confidence is always more powerful than a perfect English never spoken at all. The faster you use your mouth, the faster your brain learns. You will realize one simple thing. Every time you talk to someone, even if you make mistakes, you are one step closer to fluency. The third way to learn English fast is to change the way you think. Many learners are trapped in translation. They hear a word, they quickly translate it into their own language, then translate it back into English. This is like running with heavy chains on your legs. You will always be slow. To be fast, you must think in English. When you see a dog, don't think of the word in your language, just think dog. When you want water, say to yourself, "I am thirsty." At first, it will be hard, but slowly your brain rewires itself. You will stop translating. You will start living inside English. That is the secret of speed. The day you stop using your language as a middleman, that day English becomes natural to you. The fourth thing that changed everything for me was entertainment. People believe learning must be serious, boring, and painful, but that is the slowest way. If you want speed, you must enjoy movies, music, stories, interviews, speeches. These are your secret teachers. At the beginning, you will understand nothing, and that is good, because it forces your brain to wake up. Then you will catch a word, then a phrase, then a sentence, then an entire conversation. Learning becomes fun when you laugh at a comedy show, when you sing along with a song, when you get inspired by a speech. You are not just studying English, you are feeling it, enjoying it, living it. That is when fast learning happens naturally. The fifth and most powerful lesson is this: be shameless. The biggest barrier to fast learning is not grammar, not vocabulary, not pronunciation. It is fear. People are afraid to open their mouth because they think others will laugh at their mistakes. But mistakes are not your enemy. They are your teachers. When a child learns to walk, he falls 100 times. Nobody laughs at the child because falling means growing. When you speak English and make mistakes, you are the same child learning to walk. Every mistake is a step forward. Do not be silent. Be loud.
Do not hide. Express yourself. The world does not belong to the person who speaks perfect English. The world belongs to the one who dares to speak without fear. Would you like me to now also expand keynote number 2 into 700 words in the same style, just like this one? When people ask how they can learn English very fast, most of them expect a magic formula, a shortcut, some secret that nobody knows. But the truth is very simple. Speed in learning does not come from shortcuts. It comes from focus and consistency. You can spend 10 years studying English slowly, or you can spend 1 year learning it fast, depending on how you approach it. The difference is not the teacher, not the school, not the book. The difference is the way you train your brain and your habits. When you want to move fast, you must change your mindset first. You must stop waiting for the perfect environment and start creating your own environment. If you wait for the best teacher, the best accent, the best method, you will waste years. But if you start today with whatever you have, you will be far ahead of those who are still waiting. The first thing you need is immersion. If you want to learn English very fast, you must swim inside the language every day. Imagine you want to learn swimming. You cannot just read a book about swimming or watch someone swim. You must jump into the water. English is the same. Fill your world with it. Change the language of your phone, your apps, your computer, your television. Everything can be switched into English. Every time you open your phone and see words in English, your brain is training. Every time you read a sentence, even if you do not understand fully, your eyes get used to the language. Surround yourself so much that your brain has no choice but to accept English as part of your life. The people who learn slowly are those who touch English only in the classroom for 1 hour and then forget it. The people who learn fast are those who breathe English day and night. The second key is daily practice. Not once a week, not once a month, but every single day. You don't need 5 hours a day, you just need consistency. Even 30 minutes daily is more powerful than 5 hours once a week. Language is like fire. If you stop giving it wood, it will die. If you keep feeding it, it will burn brighter. Speak a little, write a little, read a little, listen a little, but do it every day. Your brain learns faster when it sees repetition every day. That is why daily practice creates speed. The slow learners are not stupid, they are simply inconsistent. The fast learners are not geniuses, they are simply persistent. The third key is to focus on communication, not perfection. Many learners waste years worrying about grammar rules, vocabulary lists, accents. They want to speak perfectly before they even start speaking. That is impossible. Perfection is the slowest teacher. Communication is the fastest teacher. When you focus on expressing your ideas, even in broken English, you train your brain to connect words, to listen, to respond. That training creates speed. Later, perfection will come naturally as you get more exposure. But if you wait for perfection before opening your mouth, you will never learn fast. The fastest learners are those who dare to speak imperfectly but confidently. The fourth thing is to make mistakes your best friend. If you want speed, you must kill fear. Fear is heavy. It slows you down. Mistakes are not signs of weakness. They are signs of progress. Every time you make a mistake, you are closer to fluency than the person who stays silent. If someone laughs at your mistakes, remember, they are laughing while you are learning, and one day you will speak better than them. The child who falls today will run tomorrow. So never hide from mistakes. Chase them. The faster you make mistakes, the faster you learn. The fifth secret is to combine learning with passion. If you study only from textbooks, you will feel bored, and bored people are slow learners. But if you connect English with something you love, you will learn like fire. If you like football, watch football commentary in English. If you like cooking, watch recipes in English. If you love music, learn the lyrics. If you love movies, watch them with subtitles. Passion makes your brain excited, and an excited brain learns 5 times faster than a bored brain. When you learn through passion, you don't feel like you are studying. You feel like you are enjoying it. That joy is the real fuel of speed. The final thing is confidence. Confidence is like the engine of a car. You may have fuel, you may have wheels, you may have a beautiful design, but without the engine, the car will not move. In learning English, your knowledge is the fuel, your practice is the wheels, but your confidence is the engine. Without it, you stay stuck. With it, you fly. Confidence means you speak without fear, you listen without panic, you write without hesitation. It does not mean you are perfect, it means you are brave, and bravery always brings speed. Would you like me to move on and also expand keynote number 3 into 700 words in the same motivational style? When people want to learn English very fast, they usually think of big secrets, expensive courses, or some magic software. But the truth is, speed comes from simple habits that are repeated again and again. The difference between someone who learns slowly and someone who learns fast is not in their intelligence, but in their approach. If you want to move faster than others, you must be willing to use English in ways they are too shy, too lazy, or too afraid to try. You must treat English not as a subject, but as a lifestyle. If you keep it inside the classroom, you will walk slowly. If you take it outside into your daily life, you will start running. The first thing that accelerates your learning is creating an English environment around yourself. Even if you are not living in a country where English is spoken, you can create your own environment. Your phone, your apps, your computer, your television.
Everything can be switched into English. Every time you open your phone and see words in English, your brain is training. Every time you read a sentence, even if you do not understand fully, your eyes get used to the language. Surround yourself so much that your brain has no choice but to accept English as part of your life. People who learn fast do not wait to travel abroad. They create an English-speaking world in their own room. The second thing is to practice with real voices, not just books. Books can teach you grammar and vocabulary, but they cannot train your tongue or your ears. If you want to speak fast, you must listen fast. You must listen to how real people talk, how they use tone, how they connect words. Watch videos, listen to podcasts, follow interviews. At first, you will understand only a little. That is normal. The key is consistency. Day after day, your ears will catch more, your tongue will copy more, your brain will adapt faster. Reading is important, but speaking and listening are the keys to speed. Every day you should speak out loud, even if it is just repeating what you heard in a movie. Do not stay silent, because silence makes you slow. The third thing is to remove the fear of judgment. Most learners are not slow because they lack ability. They are slow because they are afraid. Afraid of mistakes, afraid of sounding funny, afraid of being laughed at. But fear is the biggest thief of speed. The ones who learn English quickly are not the ones who know the most words. They are the ones who are not afraid to use the words they know. They speak, even if their grammar is broken. They speak even if their pronunciation is not perfect. Because every time they speak, they become faster. And every time a fearful learner stays quiet, he becomes slower. If you want speed, you must accept mistakes as part of the journey. The fourth habit is thinking directly in English. Translation is a slow process. It is like walking with heavy weights tied to your legs. You see something, you think of it in your own language, then you translate it into English. And by that time, the conversation has already moved on. To be fast, you must train your brain to skip translation. When you see the sky, think sky. When you want food, think I am hungry. When you are happy, think I feel great. These small habits slowly cut away the chains of translation. Soon, you are no longer converting your thoughts. You are living inside English. That is when you truly feel speed. The fifth element is using fun as a learning tool. If your study is always dry, you will feel tired and slow. But if your study is full of things you enjoy, you will move fast without even realizing it. Movies, songs, games, comedy shows, novels, all of them are powerful teachers. When you laugh at a joke in English, you are learning. When you sing a song in English, you are learning. When you get emotional at a story in English, you are learning. Entertainment creates memory much faster than textbooks. The more you connect English to your joy, the more your brain will push you forward. The sixth thing is setting small but powerful goals. Many learners say, I want to be fluent. But that is a mountain. Looking at the mountain makes you afraid and tired before you even start climbing. If you want speed, focus on small steps. Learn 10 words a day. Watch one video every morning. Write one paragraph every night. Speak for 5 minutes with a friend. These small goals give you progress every day, and daily progress is the secret fuel of fast learning. After weeks, after months, you will look back and see that you have already climbed higher than you thought possible. The seventh key is to connect with people. A language is alive only when it is used between people. If you only talk to yourself, you limit your growth. If you connect with others, you multiply your speed. Join online groups, find language partners, practice with anyone willing to listen. Do not think about whether they are better than you or worse than you. Every conversation is practice. Every conversation adds speed to your learning. The more you connect, the more natural your English becomes. When people dream about learning English very fast, they often imagine it will come from some miracle teacher, some expensive software, or some rare method that nobody else knows. But the truth is, speed in learning comes from energy, discipline, and the way you use every small opportunity around you. Language is not something you memorize, it is something you live. The difference between a slow learner and a fast learner is not luck, it is the mindset. If you believe English is only a school subject, you will always move slowly. But if you believe English is the bridge to opportunities, friendships, knowledge, and freedom, you will find ways to learn it faster than you ever thought possible. The first thing to understand is that English is not about rules, it is about usage. Many people sit down with grammar books for years and years, and they wonder why they are still slow. Grammar is useful, but grammar alone is like knowing the recipe without ever cooking the food. If you want to learn fast, you must cook every day. That means using English daily. Write messages, send emails, talk to people, leave comments online, record your own voice. The more you use it, the faster it becomes part of you. Knowledge without action is slow, but knowledge with action is speed. The second habit that creates speed is breaking the fear of mistakes. Mistakes are the greatest teachers, but most people avoid them. They try to wait until they are perfect before speaking, but perfection never arrives. If you are waiting for the perfect moment, you are losing time. Fast learners are shameless learners. They talk, they fail, they laugh, they learn, and they move on. Every mistake corrects you faster than any grammar exercise. When you speak wrong and someone corrects you, that moment goes directly into your memory. That is why fearless people move fast while fearful people stay stuck. The third thing is to create a routine where English becomes your daily environment. Imagine a fish. If you put a fish on the land, it struggles and dies slowly. If you put it in water, it moves freely. Your brain is the same. If you live in your native language all the time and only study English for a short class, you are like the fish on land. But if you put yourself into an English environment, you are like the fish in water. Change your phone to English. Listen to English podcasts. Watch movies. Read articles. Think in English. Write in English. You may live in a country where nobody speaks English, but you can still create your own English world. Fast learning happens when your environment trains you every minute. The fourth method to speed up learning is shadowing. This is a powerful practice where you listen to a native speaker and copy them immediately, like an echo. It trains your ears, your mouth, and your rhythm at the same time. You can do this with movies, speeches, interviews, even songs. At first, you will sound strange, you will stumble, but very quickly your tongue will adapt. Shadowing gives you speed because it forces you to think and speak at the same time without stopping for translation. It is one of the fastest ways to develop fluency and confidence together. The fifth secret is to use your curiosity as fuel. If you are curious, you will never run out of motivation. When you hear a new word, do not ignore it. Search it, write it, use it. When you don't understand something, ask questions, find answers, explore. Curiosity creates energy, and energy creates speed. Many people are passive learners. They only take what the teacher gives. But fast learners are active. They hunt for knowledge. They chase new words. They play with sentences. They ask why and how. Curiosity keeps your mind awake and a hungry mind eats language very quickly. The sixth thing is to focus on listening more than studying. Listening is the natural way humans learn language. Before we spoke our first word as children, we listened for years. That listening built the foundation. If you want speed, you must listen every day. Listen while walking, while eating, while traveling. Even if you don't understand everything, your brain is collecting patterns, sounds, and rhythms. One day, you will suddenly realize that sentences feel familiar, words make sense, and meanings come naturally. Listening is like planting seeds in your brain. The more you listen, the faster the garden grows. The seventh key is energy management. Learning fast is not about sitting for 10 hours and torturing yourself. It is about short, powerful focus sessions repeated many times. Study for 30 minutes with full focus, then rest. Speak for 10 minutes with full energy, then relax. When you study with tiredness, your brain absorbs slowly. When you study with freshness, your brain absorbs quickly. Fast learning is not about time, it is about energy. Protect your energy, use it wisely, and you will move faster than people who spend hours without focus. The eighth thing is to mix learning with things you already love. If you like music, learn songs in English. If you like sports, follow sports news in English. If you like technology, read articles in English. If you like movies, watch them without dubbing. Passion is the accelerator of learning. When you combine English with what excites you, the process becomes fun, not boring. You don't force yourself, you pull yourself. That pull is what makes learning fast. Your brain does not fight, it enjoys, and enjoyment always brings speed. Many people ask how to learn English very fast, and they expect some advanced technique or some expensive solution. But the truth is, the fastest way comes from building habits that make the language a part of your daily life. Speed does not come from memorizing thousands of